Yeehaw soldiers, it's your boy the Anime Sage coming to another video, and this is What If Naruto's Reincarnation in Stage 6 Pass Part 5. Well, Part 5 is here, and we're about to see something great develop, so get ready. I apologize, this was delayed a lot, but kind of exhausting and stuff like that, but whatever. But first, a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by YEEHAW. If you want some nice looking anime immune apparel or clothing, this is a site for you. You can also use code MEME for 5% off orders of $49+. I repeat, code MEME, and code MEME for 10% off. Code memes for 10% off orders of $99+. Also, you buying some stuff there also supports me, so go check out YEEHAW. Their links will be in the description. It is that time of the week again, as you guys get to select what wishes you want for the week. So go to community post I posted, a couple days ago, and read your rules and stuff like that. And then the polls, I think I'll do them tomorrow on Monday, and push the schedule slightly back a bit to like probably the usual days I would probably post with this anyway. So it's fun. Anyways, also watch my community tab like a hawk for vid updates, polls, and some fun stuff in between. I posted a Good Night Pum Pum review yesterday morning, so go check it out. The links out will be in the description. Check out my Patreon, it has some nice rewards you can get if you support me financially. The links out will be in the description. Also check out my Twitch. I will also stream there sometimes in addition to streaming on YouTube, so follow that and stuff like that. And when I live stream, that should be pretty fun. Anyways, so time for quick social media plugs. Twitter's @AnimeStage4, Instagram is anime_stage4, and of course join my Discord server. I'll give you all reasons to follow /join us at the end of the video, so watch until the end. Alright, time for usual checklist. If you haven't seen the last part, the link to that will be in the description. And if you haven't seen the series at all, check out the playlist. With all that out of the way, let's get right into the story. Alright, so if you remember from the last part, my dude Naruto and Hagoromo discovered who the reincarnation of Ashura was, and it was Karin. Then I went to stuff about reincarnation, why I made the decision, because, I had to, justify and stuff like that. But, I won't get into it here because, it will clock up the video a little bit, so, not here. So now we have, Hagoromo being like, you have to befriend this person, although I don't think you want to date her. Naruto's like, nope, because I don't think you are comfortable being my reincarnation, stuff like that, and dating a girl who has the chakra of your own son. And honestly, I'm not comfortable with that either. Hagoromo will just nod, and, Karin will just laugh, as this is probably the only time Naruto not uses charms to add another woman to his harem. So, yeah. Naruto will talk with Karin for a bit, and she seems like she is, from the hidden grass fields and stuff like that, and Naruto will be impressed as she seems like a bit of a hard worker, and she seems strong, though her teammates seem kinda incompetent, so yeah. Yikes. Naruto will send Karin on her way, and Naruto will go back to his team. Naruto will get there, and his teammates will be able to reach his tower before Gaara and his teammates. Yeah, I did not mention that Naruto had, recently sent that clone, and basically held back his teammates for around, probably 15 minutes, and then spent probably 10-15 minutes talking with Karin and stuff like that, and he was able to get back to his teammates very, very quickly, so yeah. Naruto and his teammates, will rest, and slowly we'll see Naruto's girls and their teams come, and Naruto will greet them. When Sakura and Team 7 arrive, Naruto's glad her team is safe, and Sakura thanks Naruto for protecting her and her teammates, and of course they share a kiss. And of course Yukito and the trio, will arrive here as well, which means we have some new teams here in the tuning exams. Oh yeah, one more thing, Karin and her team, they make it as well, but barely. From a narrative perspective, I think it would be good to have Karin here, as she's the reincarnation of Ashura, and it would be a bit wrong of me to not have Karin involved in this tournament in some way. Karin will walk in the room, and she thinks Sasuke is actually, kind of attractive when, she sees him, and might see if she can learn, stuff about Sasuke, and maybe get to know him, stuff like that, and, start dating one day, or who knows. Which means that the preliminaries are going to get very interesting. Now, we will get into the preliminaries right about now. With these preliminaries, we are going to have a lot of matchups here, as we have, 3 new teams from the original canon, also minus the sound getting because, Kin's captured, and Dosu and Zaku are dead. The Cloud Trio with Samui, Kari, and Omui, Yukito and her Cloud Ninja fodder, and of course Karin and her Grass Ninja fodder. Yeah, if you haven't guessed it, anyone who, gets the Fire Ninja is going to get an automatic win. And of course Kabuto will leave for this, as he has no purpose here, and a big thing here is if Kabuto leaves, he makes matchups even. So since we no longer have a sound gating, we have added new, 3 new teams, we would have 27 Ninja, so Kabuto is an obvious cut. So time to get to the old classic old number generator, so let's do the preliminaries. First off is Yukito versus Misumi, the strategy guy. Yukito is able to use her fireball jutsu to deal with Misumi along with her cat-like reflexes, literally and figuratively. Misumi cannot catch up, and Yukito will win. Naruto is very impressed with two-tailed Shinchuriki and gives her a thumbs up, and of course Yukito will blush and will be excited because Naruto knows her, and she did very well in her match. Next matchup is Samari versus Omoi. Now, I would say Omoi would be working with a bit of lightning chakra, sword combination, stuff like that, but in the early stages since he's beginning. However, I can't see Omoi being Tamari here, and coupled with Tamari wanting to impress Naruto herself, she takes the win via her Wind Scythe Jutsu. Also, Wind is to counter lightning, so yeah, she was going to win no matter what. After Tamari, is declared the winner, she looks at Naruto, winks at him, and Naruto smiles, and that gives, Tamari a massive blush on her face. Next matchup is Shikamaru versus the second Grass Ninja Fodder. This is a dub for Shikamaru, as I just said. Fodder are automatic wins for a lot of characters, except for when they face Fodder themselves, because, both of them kind of suck. But anyway, Shikamaru being Shikamaru takes the dub, and our next matchup is Samui versus Kiba. Now, this is a bit tough because I can see either one win here. Samui is, in this one, will be able to barely edge out Kiba here, however, as she is more motivated by wanting to show off for Naruto. She have a couple line style jutsu herself, and I would say that it would end up, with not going to keep it out because, I have more plans for Samui here, and I feel like she didn't get a lot of shine in the original Naruto story, if you get what I'm saying. And I would say that Kiba's arrogance would be his downfall here, so that's why I'm giving Samui the win here. There probably was a bit of training for, Kiba to kind of improve himself a little bit because Naruto was Naruto. However, that is offset by his arrogance when fighting, Samui, since he's a girl. And so in this matchup, he probably, probably could have won if he actually, took her seriously, but he lost instead because of his arrogance. Which I don't think would be a good moment of growth for Kiba, to not underestimate anyone, so that's a positive. Samui will look at Naruto and Naruto will smile, and guess what? She blushes. Next match is Shino versus Choji. Well, this one is obvious. Guess who wins? You guessed it, it's Shino. Shino can just dodge Choji over and over again, and then he'll drain over the course of the match because of his insects, and that's how Shino will get the win. Naruto and Hinata will congratulate him, and Shino will be pretty happy. Next matchup is Sasuke versus Kaori. Kaori definitely wants to impress Naruto, as Samui definitely got her win, so Kaori should be able to get a win here, but the problem here is, well, Sasuke is Sasuke. Sasuke will be able to dodge her sword with his Sharingan, and yeah, Sasuke will still get a Sharingan here, as he will still get it via training and desire to try and surpass Naruto, kind of like, Vegeta with Goku and stuff like that. And Sasuke will beat Kaori just because Sasuke is not limited by the curse mark here. So that means Sasuke can fight at full strength, and he'll take the dub. Sakura will congratulate him, and Naruto will give him a thumbs up, and Hakura will tell Naruto Sasuke is definitely strong, and in a way, he is proud of him because chakra stuff of injury, Anyways, next matchup will be Ino versus Sakura. Shockingly, we're back to this matchup despite me using a random number generator. So who will have the advantage this time? Both Sakura and Ino have been trained under Naruto, and they are both friends with each other. In fact, they are Aram sisters. This means that while both of them will try to give it their all, both of them will potentially have the hesitation, but will want to give each other a great fight, so I think they'll be able to overcome that little factor. However, there is one edge I think Sakura will have here, and that's her mind. I think she'll be able to take advantage of her mind more, especially since she has more foundation here for Genjutsu. Ino also has her mind techniques and stuff like that, but Sakura has shown to have at least a bit more intelligence, or is at least more knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying? And for having her own Genjutsu techniques with, the tree binding jutsu, which Ino's not able to counter because she is stuck in a bind, since in her Genjutsu state, she can't release hand symbols, so Sakura's able to knock her out with that blow, or at least weaken her because of that bit, punch to the head, and she'll be able to take the dub, but she's definitely exhausted after the match. So Sakura will be able to move on to the next round. Naruto will congratulate both his girls and give them kisses, and will wish Sakura luck, and Sakura smiles, and she promises she'll become a Chunin unless she has to face Naruto because Naruto's a beast. Next matchup is Hinata versus Yoroi. Hinata will win this matchup as she will destroy him with the 32 palms and newly acquire speed with her training with Naruto. So yeah, she'll be able to beat Yoroi, and she'll move on to the third round. Naruto will give her a kiss and time to go into the next matchup, though one more note, Neji's kind of impressed with Hinata, because she did show out, and it's starting to have a bit of an opinion change, but he still doesn't like her. The next matchup is Tenten versus Gaara. Now, while Tenten has improved in this what if because Naruto's trained her, she cannot match up against Gaara, so that means she will lose to him, though she does put up a decent fight. Gaara will also won't look to kill her because he is a bit calmed down his canon because Naruto as his Shikaku because the Shikaku meant Hagoromo, so Tenten will be defeated, Gaara will move on, and Naruto will comfort Tenten and will give her a kiss. Telling her she did very well, and Tenten smiles. Next is, Naruto versus one of the Cloud Ninja Fodder. I don't need to say anything here, Naruto will win because it's fodder. Naruto will win and will get kisses from all his current girlfriends because he won. Not bad if you know what I'm saying. Next matchup is Neji versus Grass Ninja Fodder. Neji will win, I don't need to explain why. Lee will face off against the Cloud Ninja Fodder, the other one, and will destroy him. And finally get into Kankuro versus Karin. Now let's see how strong Karin is in this canon. Karin actually has access to water chakra nature, so she has water bullet jutsu and water prison jutsu. She also has access to some genjutsu, so that's pretty good for her, and she has also access to Shadow Clone jutsu. Meanwhile, Kankuro is the same as his original canon counterpart, and here Karin will end up beating him. Kankuro would not have to use full power of the crow here, so no poison blades and stuff like that. So I think Karin will take the dub here for that reason. Also, since she's a sensor, she can probably, be able to sense Kankuro in the, bandaged body. So yeah, this is going to give Karin a bit of the edge moving forward as she, unleashes the water bullet jutsu on the real Kankuro, and that's how she's able to get the dub from there because, she has the advantage from that moment on. Karin, of course, after she wins, she will wink at Sasuke, and Sakura wonders if she can help, the girl get with Sasuke in a way, but who knows. She has Naruto right now, and, Hagoromo will say after the fight, I'm definitely impressed with her so far. If she could, keep that up, she will definitely be a force of nature in the future. Naruto is pretty excited, but of course has to befriend her as she's the reincarnation of Astra and stuff like that, so yeah. A little later, Naruto will talk with Temari, Kari, Yukito, and Samui, and using his charms and stuff like that, he will be able to get dates with them, so that's positive for him. Now we'll get into the matches for the third round of the tuning exams. First matchup is Sasuke versus Yukito. Well, the two tails Jinchuriki versus Sasuke. It's pretty obvious why this is a good matchup, so that should be a great fight, to write. Next is Karin versus Shikamaru, another good matchup as we got an improved Karin, who has some new tricks up her sleeves, and Shikamaru, at least the guy who's the most intelligent guy in the series. But I think we have a clear winner here. Anyways, next matchup is Rock Lee versus Samui. Now, so I'm giving Samui a bit of a buff here. I don't see her being Rock Lee as he is not as cocky as Kiba, and has the 8 gates, so I see her journey at the tuning exams ending here. At least she has Naruto. Next is Sakura versus Gaara, an improved version of Gaara in terms of sanity versus improved Sakura in terms of skill. I think this is a better matchup than you guys think it is, based on how much these two have improved from the original canon, and I think, it could be a very good fight, And finally, we have a Battle Royale matchup with Naruto versus Hinata versus Neji. Yeah, we have something crazy right now. So I know you guys will put in the comments, why not a back-to-back or something like that? And the reason is because Naruto is way too strong, and if you had a back-to-back one at a time, it wouldn't be stressful for Naruto at all. With the Battle Royale element, it's a lot better for him in terms of stress and stuff like that. This Naruto will be facing off against 2 people at once versus only 1. But this won't do much for Naruto as he's just way too OP, but this is just a measure that can allow Naruto to, use a bit more energy, but there's no way that Naruto will lose these two, no chance at all. Naruto wishes Hinata luck and will even help her train, which Hinata appreciates, so, she'll probably get destroyed by Naruto. Now let's get into the meeting with Jiraiya, as Kurenai will tell Naruto someone wants to train with him, and Naruto will discover it is one of the legendary Sannin in Jiraiya. Naruto is pretty hyped and will want to know what Jiraiya wants to teach him, but Jiraiya says he'll show him when they get to it. Jiraiya also says, I would love to get to know you a lot more since you seem to have a nice relates with you. An ever-growing harem because of your CRA. And Jiraiya then gives a very perverted smile. Naruto kind of realizes right then there that Jiraiya is a massive pervert, but he's not going to care about that much. The reason for this is because of the fact that Naruto has been trained and essentially kind of interacted with a perverted 1,000-year-old sage who is essentially God in terms of the ninjaverse, and a fox who also seems to be very perverted as well. In fact, by this point, Naruto has probably acquired himself, if we're being honest. Anyways, Naruto goes to Jiraiya, and Jiraiya can only teach him around 2 things, which are the Rasengan and a Tosusumi Jutsu, and Naruto gets those very quickly, so that's very cool for him. He will also talk to Jiraiya about, being the sensei to Minato and stuff like that, and about, being a godfather, and Jiraiya, will explain why he couldn't really be there for him earlier on, and Naruto will accept that, because he did have Kurama and Hagoromo train him all that time. And then a little bit later on, he'll also go on dates with his girls during that month time skip since he has all this time now. Because as Jiraiya tries to give him more techniques, Naruto just learns them very quickly. And, Jiraiya has run out of stuff to teach him. Jiraiya is just amazed at Naruto and wonders how this kid is not Jonin yet. He has Jonin level skills. In fact, it might be above Jonin. He might be a Hokage level at this point, Meanwhile, I want to get to Kintsuchi. She's captured by the Leaf Village and put into her interrogation thanks to her boy Naruto, which means that yes, she will probably be in the harem very soon. And of course, Naruto will be here to help influence her to talk a little bit more. And Naruto will say, well, it seems you are enjoying your time in prison. And of course, Kin will lash out and says it's not enjoyable at all, and she can't wait to be free, as she has 1 month before that can happen, since she gave up all the information she could, though she did not know anything about the invasion. Naruto will point out, and where are you going to go? Kim will look down, as she doesn't really have anywhere to go, because Roshamon will kill her if she goes back to Sound Village. Naruto says, you could always live here with me, and we could get to know each other, and stuff like that. Kim will say, why should I do that? You're the one who put me in this situation in the first place. Naruto will say, and I can help get you out of it. Plus, even though you work for that snake weirdo, I think you're at least a decent person. Plus, you are pretty. Kin really brushes hearing that, as she has never heard a guy say it to her, directly like that, and hearing it from a dude like Naruto, and of course, she's wondering if she should accept that offer right now. Of course, she then asks if she could recommend some other ladies he would want to, Naruto to help out, and of course, Naruto will accept this, and she'll tell him a couple, and Naruto will be like, aight. Naruto then asks her on a date, and Kin will accept, and it will be whenever she gets out. Karma and Hakuren will just smile. So anyways, Naruto will continue to train, and of course he'll help his girls out in terms of training, such as Hinata and Sakura, since they are in the tuning exam, so like that. Even some of the ones he got into dating, which is a positive, like Samui, Tamari, and stuff like that, though the training for them is about to be a little bit more briefer, and they're going to have the least experience with Naruto's training because, well, they're new additions to the harem. So yeah. And of course, he's also using Shadow to help the girls train because he can't be everywhere at once. Naruto knows he will do very well for training exams and cannot wait to dominate. Meanwhile, Orochimaru has been very bothered by how the Force of Death turned out. He is kind of scared from what Naruto did to him, as Naruto essentially destroyed him in every way possible. From a combat perspective, he was outclassed. From a jutsu perspective, he was outmatched. And from a total presence perspective, in terms of generating fear with just their mere presence alone, he was just outclassed overall. He was even at a point afraid of Naruto, which just annoys him so much because he should not have to fear someone like that, especially from a 12-year-old getting, but here we are. Orochimaru now wants revenge, and he will invade the Leaf and outright kill Hiruzen and that boy. He will show he is Orochimaru, and at this point he is losing his logic and his sanity because of how much he was dominated by Naruto. He wants revenge badly. So that's kind of why he's making decisions like this. He'll still do, the invasion stuff during tuning exams, but the deal with the sand is kind of off, and of course, Garden and Sand siblings don't have to interfere anymore, but Tamara does want to continue on with the tournament as she wants to fight, and of course, stay with Naruto as long as possible. Plus, again, these are tuning exams, so of course they have to stay. Now we'll get into the day of the third round of tuning exams. So we'll, Naruto heading to the area and stuff like that, and Hakuren will tell him that he senses something bad is going to happen today and will probably involve Orochimaru. And of course, Naruto's not afraid of this because he already knows he can stop the invasion very easily, or whatever Orochimaru has planned. When all the contestants gather for the tournament, they are, told to have good luck and stuff like that, and, the first matchup will begin with, of course, Sasuke versus Yugito, since, he'll still train with Kakashi's timeline, but since he's not limited by a curse mark, he, isn't going to show up late, so that's pretty good positive for him. But, just as that fight's going to start, all of a sudden, giant snakes appear, and the guy who rides on top of one of them is Orochimaru. And of course, Orochimaru will say, "Your time is going to come to an end, old man. I can't wait to kill you, and that boy." Naruto knows who he's talking about, himself, and knows he has to defend the village. He unleashes a couple of shadow clones, in fact, a bunch of them, and Naruto will say, "It's time to get to work. Let's defend this village and destroy Orochimaru once and for all." He looks at Orochimaru, and Orochimaru just kind of gets a bit of PTSD fear, but of course, Orochimaru is not going to try to stand his ground this time, and he's not going to let Naruto, scare him. At least visibly on the surface, but, he's probably feeling fear on the inside, if you know what I'm saying, so, yeah, that's, that's something that he's dealing with at the moment. Naruto will look at Orochimaru and say, "You come to my village, interrupt a tournament where I could potentially become a Jonin, not a Chunin, a Jonin, just because you got a little bit mad about probably not being denied being the fourth Hokage over my father. And, of course, you are also very angry that I destroyed you in the Force of Death and the amount and how I did it to you. Well, guess what? I'm gonna do it to you again, and there's nothing you're gonna do to stop me." Orochimaru will then say, "I will get my revenge on you, boy, and Hiruzen." And then, of course, Naruto will say, "Well, you can try, but it's not gonna happen." So, the ultimate battle between Orochimaru and Naruto will happen here, where this could potentially be their final battle. What will happen? Find out in the next part, I guess. Thank you all for watching What If Naruto Was Reincarnation of Sage 6 Pass Part 5. Again, I apologize for the delay with this, but I'm sure you guys are glad, another part's here. So, once again. So get to those polls tomorrow, those are really important. And of course, watch Screen Tab Like a Hawk, that is also very important. Check out Beautiful Halo, that really does help me out. And finally, follow my Twitter for notifications to get notified of my videos. Instagram for me, and some more fun stuff in between. And finally, join my Discord for access to elementary content, notifications when I live stream ahead of time, and of course, the ability to test me ideas directly. These are all great ways for you guys to interact with me, so follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join my Discord server. Shout out to my $10 patrons, their names are on the screen, my $20 patron X1 Gamer, and my $50 patron Anguish. If you want to support me further and get rewards such as shoutouts like these, go to my Patreon, which is linked in the description, and also finally go check out my Twitch, which is also linked in the description. Thank you guys so much for 15k, we're halfway to 20k, so let's get there. And that is all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, sign out, peace, YEEHAW, Stephanie Shea, close us out, bye-bye, peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.